All right, welcome back. Today, we are diving into something that every game dev knows is deceptively tricky. I'm talking about saving player data. We're going to take a close look at a tool called SaveData Pro, a really comprehensive save system for Unity that claims to make this whole process a breeze.
So let me ask you this. What's the hardest part of building a save system? I mean, if you're a Unity dev, you've been there, right? You think, oh, this will be easy, but then, boom, the complexity just explodes. It's this universal headache that pulls you away from the fun stuff. Actually making the game.
Okay, so here's the plan. First, we'll talk about that save game headache we all know and love. Then, we'll introduce SaveData Pro as the solution. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of how it makes saving effortless, check out its secure and cross-platform features, and wrap up by seeing how it can actually future-proof your game.
All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the save game headache. This is all about those sneaky little complexities that can turn what should be a simple feature into a massive project all on its own. Yeah, I bet a lot of this stuff looks familiar. You've got to stop players from cheating by messing with their save files. You need it to work everywhere, PC, mobile, even WebGL. You've got these super complex inventories and player stats, and you don't want to write a novel's worth of code to handle it. It's just so much to juggle, and it almost always ends up with corrupted save files and you just wasting tons of time on code you shouldn't have to write.
So, after all that, you can see why we need a better way, right? We need something powerful but simple. And that is exactly where SaveData_Pro comes into the picture.
So what is it really? Well, here's the official line. It's a comprehensive, secure, and high-performance save system. And those aren't just buzzwords. Think of comprehensive, secure, and fast as the three pillars that make this thing a real professional tool, not just some quick and dirty script. Okay, big promises. But how does it actually deliver? Well, that brings us to our next section, making this whole thing effortless. We're talking about getting you up and running in minutes, not days or weeks. The whole idea is to free you up from having to reinvent the wheel every single time. And get this, the basic workflow is just 3 steps. It's so simple. Step 1, you just, define what data you want to save. Step 2, you use datamanager.save. And step 3, to get it back, yep, you guessed it, datamanager.load. That's it. That's the whole loop. Let's actually look at the code. It's beautiful. To save something simple like the player's level, you just call datamanager.save, give it a name like a key, in this case player_level, and then the value, 25. That's it. One line. So clean, so easy to read.
And loading it back is just as simple. You just call load with that same player_level key. But wait, look at that second number, the 1. Now, this is clever. That's a default value. So if there's no save file yet, instead of your game crashing, it just says, okay, I'll use 1. This tiny little feature is a lifesaver. It makes your code so much more stable right out of the box.
Okay. Saving an integer is one thing, but what about the real stuff? Like a whole player profile with stats, inventory, quest logs, the whole shebang. Well, this is where SaveData Pro really starts to flex. You just set up your data like you normally would in a C# class. The only thing you have to do is add this little attribute at the top, .system.serializable. That's just you telling Unity, hey, this thing, it's savable.
And then, you are not going to believe this. You save that entire complex object with all its lists and stats and everything with the exact same command, datamanager.save. That's it. No writing custom serializers, no looping through dictionaries, no headaches. It just works. It's kind of magical, honestly.
So we've established the API is super simple. But is it actually powerful? Is it robust? That brings us right to our next section, secure, fast, and cross-platform. These are the 3 things that really elevate it to a professional level.
First up, security. Let's be real. Trying to roll your own encryption to stop cheaters is a nightmare. You could spend weeks on it, or you could use SaveData Pro. It's got industry-standard AES-256 encryption and even SHA-256 integrity checks to make sure the file hasn't been tampered with, and it's all just on. By default. You don't have to do a thing.
Next, performance. The system gives you options here, which is awesome. When you're developing and debugging, you can use standard JSON, so you can actually open the file and read it. Makes life so much easier. But when you're ready to ship your game, you can flip a switch to a high-performance, optimized JSON, or even a super compact and fast, safe binary format. You get to choose what's best for your situation.
And this thing is smart about being cross-platform too. It actually knows what device it's running on and tweaks its auto-save settings automatically. For example, on mobile, it'll save more often because players are going to background the app all the time. On WebGL, it's also more frequent because browsers can be, well, unstable. But on desktop, it backs off a bit to balance performance. It's like having a little optimization expert built right in, and you get it all for free. All of this brings us to our final and maybe most important point: future-proofing your game. Look, a good tool doesn't just fix a problem you have today. It gives you a solid foundation that you can build on for years, no matter how big or ambitious your game becomes. Now, for you more experienced devs out there, this part is for you. This isn't just a messy pile of scripts. Under the hood, SaveData Pro is built on solid, professional design patterns. We're talking dependency injection, which makes testing way easier. The strategy pattern, that's what lets you swap out those serialization methods we just talked about. And the facade pattern, that's what gives us that beautifully simple API. This is proof that it's a properly engineered system. That's right, 4 core design patterns. What does that mean for you? It means you get a foundation that is clean, easy to extend, and totally professional. It's built to grow with your game, not hold it back. So let's end with this one big question. Just think about all the hours, all the energy, all the frustration you've spent fighting with save files, worrying about data corruption, trying to block cheaters. Now what if all of that was just solved, done, handled? How much more could you actually create? Because a tool like this, it doesn't just save your game's data, it saves your most valuable asset, your time. And that's our look at SaveData Pro.